Hello, hello, hello. Nice to be back again for another Tuesday night quiz. If you're out there, pop yourselves in the chat and we'll see who we've got. Hi, Richard. Holiday was brill, mate. Absolutely brill. Apartment where we're at was up a bit of a hill, but other than that, I loved Lanzarote. You'd never been before, that was great. Hi, Stacey. All right, our kid. Hi, June. Cheers, Stephen. Nice to be back, bro. Not. Give it a minute or two and see if our Dawn's joining. This is the only one we haven't got at the minute. I never know how they're on up in Scotland. Well, wait, I'll just let you know the subjects for tonight. The usual one is on general knowledge, 2 is geography, 3 is pop, 4 is words, 5 is food and drink, 6 is TV, 7 is sport, 8 is films, 9 is history, and 10 is May. May. Excuse me. Okay, it doesn't look like our Dawn's coming on tonight, so we'll crap on. If she comes on, then I can always repeat the questions. Okay, question 1 is general knowledge. First part. From what grain is the Japanese spirit sake made? From what grain is the Japanese spirit sake made? Question 2. Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops? Which popular video game franchise has released games with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops? Question 3. In which American state is the city of Nashville? In which American state is the city of Nashville? Question 4. What is the smallest planet in our solar system? What is the smallest planet in our solar system? We don't include Pluto, which is now no longer a planet. It's a dwarf star or something now. And question 5. What was the Turkish city of Istanbul called before 1930? What was the Turkish city of Istanbul called before 1930? Excuse me. Okay, question 2 is on geography. UK geography. UK geography. First part. Which UK city is situated further west? Bristol or Edinburgh? Which UK city is situated further west? Bristol or Edinburgh? Question 2. What do the French call the English Channel? What do the French call the English Channel? And your last 3 questions, 3, 4, and 5, all 3. If you completed the 3 Peaks Challenge, which 3 UK mountains would you have climbed? If you completed the 3 Peaks Challenge, which 3 UK mountains would you have climbed? And that's your first 2 rounds. You've got all the answers and you're ready. Just send us a ready through. Tune's ready. Stacey's ready. Stephen's ready. Richard's ready. Sweet Eddie. Eddie's ready. Okay. Okay, what grain is sake made from? That's rice. It's a rice wine. The video game franchise with the subtitles World at War and Black Ops is Call of Duty. Excuse me. Nashville is in Tennessee. Smallest planet in the solar system is Mercury. And Istanbul, before 1930, was called Constantinople. The geography questions. Which is further west, Bristol or Edinburgh? It's actually Edinburgh. So where the UK tilts. The French call the English Channel La Manche. And if you complete the 3 Peaks Challenge, the 3 mountains you would have climbed would have been Ben Nevis, highest in Scotland, Mount Snowdon, highest in Wales, and Scafell Pike, the highest in England. Excuse me. When you got your scores, send them through. Stacey 8. Maybe 7. June 7. Richard 9. Cracking score, Richard. And Stephen 7. So there's not much in it. 3 7s, and 8 and a 9. Richard just out in front at the minute. Excuse me. Okay, question 3 is on pop music. Band on the Run. Band on the Run, classic album. On the cover of Paul McCartney's 1973 classic album Band on the Run, apart from McCartney, his wife Linda, and fellow band member Denny Lane, it depicts 6 celebrities of the time. Give you a list of 9. You need any 5 from the 6 who were actually featured on the cover of Band on the Run. The celebrities to choose from are Michael Parkinson, Kenny Lynch, Keith Floyd, James Coburn, Norman Hunter, Clement Freud, Peter O'Toole, Christopher Lee, and John Conte. Name 5 from that list of 9. We need any 5 from the 6 who were featured on the cover of Band on the Run. Who again are Michael Parkinson, Kenny Lynch, Keith Floyd, James Coburn, Norman Hunter, Clement Freud, Peter O'Toole, Christopher Lee, and John Conte. Okay, question 4 is on words. The clues to words that all begin with the letter V. V for victory. Number 1. What do you call a sheet with a deep pleated or gathered border that is designed to hang down over the mattress and sides of a bed? Good evening, Pauline. Question 2. Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet is set in which Italian city? Romeo and Juliet is set in which Italian city? Three, which English rock band had a UK number 2 hit with Bittersweet Symphony in 1997? These all begin with V. The English rock band has had a UK number 2 hit with Bittersweet Symphony in 1997. Hello. Hi. Oh no, it's the wife. That was how I waited till she was out before I said that. Question 4. Which British engineering company made the Viscount, Valiant and Vulcan aircraft? Which British engineering company made the Viscount, Valiant and Vulcan aircraft? Number 5. On the standard UK Monopoly board, what's the name of the street that follows Bow Street and Marlborough Street just before you get to free parking? Standard UK Monopoly board. What's the name of the street that follows Bow Street and Marlborough Street just before you get to free parking? We'll get those 5 answers. All begin with the letter V. V for victory. Only got all your answers down. The senders are ready. Stacey ready? Richard ready? June ready? Ready? And Stephen ready. Okay, the Band on the Run album cover. You wanted any 5 from Michael Parkinson, Kenny Lynch, James Coburn, Clement Freud, Christopher Lee, and John Conte. There's no Keith Floyd, Norman Hunter, or Hero 2. One of the 3 that weren't on the cover. Words all begin with V. The sheet with a deep pleated border. Do you think how other side of matters is Valence? Romeo and Juliet is set in Verona. Bittersweet Symphony, and number 2 hit for The Verve. The British engineering company that made the Viscount, Valiant and Vulcan aircraft. That was Vickers. And the standard UK Monopoly board, you've got Bow Street, Marlborough Street, and then Vine Street. Makes up the set. You got your scores, send them through. Oh. The names you wanted, June, were Michael Parkinson, Kenny Lynch, James Coburn, Clement Freud, Christopher Lee, and John Conte. Any 5 from those 6? Eddie, 9, 16. Stephen, 9, 16. Stacy, 8, 16. Richard, 7, 16. Andrew, 9, 16. Right, we've just wasted 4 rounds of questions there because you're all level on 16 points. I don't think we've ever had that happen before. Okay, question 5 is on food and drink. First question. Gouda is a popular cheese originating from which country? Gouda cheese comes from which country? Two, what name is given to a cocktail of vodka, orange juice, and ice? What name is given to a cocktail of vodka, orange juice, and ice? Three, which southern Italian city is usually credited as the birthplace of the pizza? Which southern Italian city is usually credited as the birthplace of the pizza? Question 4. What number is found in reference to their varieties on Heinz products? What number is found in reference to their varieties on Heinz products? Excuse me. And 5, Pret a Manger is a popular sandwich chain in the UK. What does the French name mean in English? Pret a Manger, popular sandwich chain in the UK. What does it mean in English? Excuse me. Here, question 6 is TV. It's a nice options one for you. 3 options for you to choose from. Question 1. In what year was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here first broadcast? 1998, 2000, or 2002? What year was I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here first broadcast? 1998, 2000, or 2002? Question 2. How much did Mark the Beast Lebet, he of the Chase fame, win as a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 2006? Did he win 32,000, 64,000, or 250,000? How much did Mark the Beast Lebet win as a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 2006? 32,000, 64,000, or 250,000? Question 3 for all the Friends fans. What was Ross's pet monkey called in Friends? Was it Marcel, Coco, or Phoebe? What was Ross's pet monkey called in Friends? Marcel, Coco, or Phoebe? Question 4. What type of animal was Blue Peter's first pet called Jason? Was it a cat, a dog, or a tortoise? What type of animal was Blue Peter's first pet called? First pet called Jason. What type of animal was it? A cat, a dog, or a tortoise? And question 5. Which member of the Spice Girls once guest starred in Sex and the City? Was it Melanie Brown, Victoria Beckham, or Jerry Halliwell? Which member of the Spice Girls once guest starred in Sex and the City? Melanie Brown, Victoria Beckham, or Jerry Halliwell? You've got your answers down. Senders are ready. Stacey ready, June ready, Stephen ready. Richard ready. Just waiting on Eddie. Still waiting on Eddie. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, food and drink. Gouda. is a cheese that comes from the Netherlands. Cocktail, vodka, orange juice and ice is a screwdriver. The southern Italian city, birthplace of the pizza, is Naples. The number found in reference to their varieties on Heinz products is 57. Heinz 57 varieties. And pret-a-manger literally translates to ready to eat. Ready to eat. TV. In what year was I'm a Celebrity? Get Me Out of Here first broadcast? It was 2002. How much did Mark Lebeck win as a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? He won 32,000. Not much for a very clever bloke. A very good quizzer. What was Ross's pet monkey called in Friends? It was called Marcel. Who Peter's first pet, called Jason, was a cat. A Siamese cat, if I remember rightly. And remember the Spice Girls who once guest starred in Sex and the City? It was Jerry Halliwell. Right, when you've got your scores, send them through. Stacey, 8 gives you 24. Seven for Stephen is 23. 7 for Eddie is 23. 6 for Richard, 22. 7 for June, 23. Still only 2 points between everybody, but Stacey's out in the lead on 24. Okay, we're going to round 7, which is on sport. Sporting nicknames. Question 1. Which Olympic athlete was nicknamed the Lightning Bolt? Which Olympic athlete was nicknamed the Lightning Bolt? Question 2. Which English racehorse and Irish Grand National winner was known as Desi? Which English racehorse and Irish Grand National winner was known as Desi? Three. Which British snooker player was known by the nickname Hurricane? Which British snooker player was known by the nickname Hurricane? For which professional golfer was known as the Big Easy? Which professional golfer was known as the Big Easy? Five. Which American football player was nicknamed the Juice? Which American football player was nicknamed the Juice? Okay, question 8 is on films. Quentin Tarantino films. Quentin Tarantino films. One of my favourite directors. I like Quentin Tarantino films. This one. Which 1992 film was his feature-length debut and starred Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, and Steve Buscemi, among others? Which 1992 film was his feature-length debut and starred Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, and Steve Buscemi, among others? Excuse me. News. Question 2. In which Tarantino film does Uma Thurman play Beatrix Kiddo, often referred to as just the Bride? In which Quentin Tarantino film does Uma Thurman play Beatrix Kiddo, often referred to as just the Bride? Oh. Question 3. In the Tarantino movie, John Travolta was Vincent Vega, who played Jules Wingfield. In the Tarantino movie, John Travolta played Vincent Vega, who played Jules Wingfield. Question 4. Which Hollywood heartthrob played Seth Gecko in the film From Dusk Till Dawn? Classic Tarantino film. Which Hollywood heartthrob played Seth Gecko in the film From Dusk Till Dawn? Question 5. Who starred as Django Freeman in the 2012 film Django Unchained? Who starred as Django Freeman in the 2012 film Django Unchained? Never actually seen that Tarantino film, but it's good. When you got your answers down, just send us already. June's ready, Richard's ready. Stephen's ready. Stacey ready. Guess who we're waiting on? There you go. There's Eddie ready. Sport and nicknames. The Lightning Bolt was Usain Bolt. The racehorse nicknamed Desi was Desert Orchid. Snooker player, the Hurricane, was Alex Hurricane Higgins. Golfer, known as the Big Easy, was South African Ernie Els. And the American football player nicknamed the Juice was O.J. Simpson. A different nickname now. Murderer they call him, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, the Tarantino films. His feature-length debut in '92 was Reservoir Dogs. Uma Thurman plays Beatrix Kiddo, or the bride, in the Kill Bill films. The Tarantino movie, John Travolta was Vincent Vega. Jules Winfield was played by Samuel L. Jackson. The film being Pulp Fiction. Hollywood heartthrob who played Seth Gecko in the film From Dusk Till Dawn was George Clooney. And Django Freeman in the film Django Unchained was played by Jamie Foxx. When you got your scores, send them through. I think that might have put the cat amongst the pigeons a little bit. Either know your Tarantino films or not. We all know how much June likes the sport questions. So. Ha! Stacey's 8. That gives you 32. 38 gives you 31. Richard 7 gives you 29. Stephen 8 gives you 31. And June 4 gives you 27. I told you she likes the sport questions. Sorry, June. Okay, there's still not much in it. We've got Stacey out in the lead by 1 point. Okay, question 9 is history. First question. The late Queen Elizabeth II is the longest reigning monarch of the UK, followed by Queen Victoria. Who is third? Who's third in the list of the longest reigning monarchs of the UK? I thought it might have been June. Questions 2 and 3. Which two houses were involved in the Wars of the Roses? Which two houses were involved in the Wars of the Roses? Question 4. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Who survived him? Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Question 5. In which year did the European Union first introduce the euro as currency? In which year did the European Union first introduce the euro as currency? Question 10 is on May. Centuries. Centuries. In May of which centuries did the following events occur? And I'll tell you now, one of the answers is the 16th century, one is the 17th century, one is the 18th century, one is the 19th century, one is the 20th century. So if you get a couple, you can mix and match the others. Okay. In May of which centuries did the following events occur? And it's the 16th through to the 20th. Number one, Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell refuses Parliament's offer of the title King of England. May of which century? Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell refuses Parliament's offer of the title King of England. Question 2. 11 days after he had his wife Anne Boleyn beheaded, Henry VIII married Jane Seymour. In which century? It also helps you out on the question in the previous round, actually. 11 days after he had his wife Anne Boleyn beheaded, Henry VIII married Jane Seymour. In which century? Number 3. The Peace of Vereeniging ended the Boer War. The Peace of Vereeniging ended the Boer War. Four. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show opens in London. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show opens in London. 5. The union between England and Scotland is proclaimed. Excuse me. The union between England and Scotland is proclaimed. When you get your answers down, send us already through. If you do want anything repeated or there's anything you don't understand, obviously just send us a message in the chat. Is Stacey ready? June ready? Richard, ready? Stephen, ready? And Eddie, ready. Okay, history. Who's the third longest reigning monarch of the UK? That was George III. Excuse me. The two houses involved in the Wars of the Roses were the houses of York and Lancaster. Henry VIII's last wife was Catherine Parr. And the European Union first introduced the euro in 1999. 1999. In May of which centuries did the following events occur? Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell refuses the offer of King of England. That was in the 17th century, 1657. 11 days after he had his wife Anne Boleyn beheaded, Henry VIII married Jane Seymour. That was the 16th century, 1536. The Peace of Vereeniging, easy for me to say, ended the Boer War. That was in the 20th century, 1902. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show opens in London. That was the 19th century, 1887. And the union between England and Scotland was proclaimed in the 18th century, 1707. 17th, 16th, 20th, 19th, 18th. When you've got your final scores, send them through. We'll see who this week's winner is, because it's very close, as usual. 7 out of 10 for Eddie, leaves you on 38. 5 for Stacey, leaves you on 37. 2 for Richard. Went from the sublime to the ridiculous there, Richard. 9 in the first round and 2 in the last round. Leaves you on 31. June 7, 34. And Stephen History leaves you on 35. Which means Eddie's the winner on 38. Eddie, Carol and Davey. Well done to them. 38 points, closely followed by Stacey. Unlucky there, Stacey. Hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, we'll be back to normal. Another quiz next week. Tuesday at 7:30. These things happen, Richard, man. It was a toughie of the day, was it? Thanks, Richard. Cheers, Stephen. Here's that's it. See you all next week. Good night. God bless.